Hi there, happy Thursday. I'm Elizabeth Rickson. This is Thursday Thoughts, and I'm here with Maybelline. We're just hanging out while she's munching, and she just splashed around in the water, which I think was really cute. You can see she's pretty soaked here. So I gotta figure out how to get her a kiddie pool in her track. I wanted to talk about co-creation, which is something that, it's kind of a buzzword right now, but Giorgia and I have coined the term co-creational horsemanship as our major focus for the way that we work with horses. So, Giorgia does an amazing job. She'll be talking a lot about her thoughts around co-creational horsemanship in the coming days and weeks. And she does a beautiful job of describing co-creational horsemanship in the terms of like a jazz band. And so I'm gonna let her fill in all of those thoughts. But I wanted to share with you how I came to that expression and that decision to approach horses that way, and what exactly it means to me. And I think in order for you to understand what it means to me, it's important to understand how it was incepted. So I actually got into dressage because I wanted to do equine performance in France. There's and I don't know if it still exists, but an academy at Versailles, at the castle of Versailles, where they did performances on Cremello Lusitano stallions every day in the menage. And so my degree is in acting. I'm actually a professionally trained actor and director and for theater. And I decided, I think basically by my senior year of school, of college, that I did not want to pursue acting in the conventional sense, because it was going to be a long time before I could be with horses. So I started looking. I was like, well, what about performance with horses? What about equine performance? And that's where this academy at Versailles came about. And I thought it was so glamorous and so beautiful, and I was like, that I would like to find a way to make into that program. And that's when I went to pursue dressage training more professionally. I'd already done, lower level dressage and through eventing. We're going on a walk. And but I just thought I needed, to get trained, through the advanced movements. And that's when I found a program where I could ride FEI horses and train with a top-level trainer in the industry. And learned quickly that was not what I wanted, that the way that these horses live in order to perform dressage at that high level was not something that felt good to be a part of. And that's how my quest for doing dressage in a different way came about. But I still have been really intrigued this whole time by liberty performance and all sorts of equine performance. But essentially every time I have studied with someone who does any sort of equestrian performance, I feel as though it still takes... Oh, what am I looking at? More horses over there. Sorry, pause to look at beautiful horses here. Mabel wants to go on a walk. Each one of these equine professionals who focuses on performance with horses still demands something of the horse that is... Get blocked by... I swear I'm going to get to the point here. I just have to get through the jungle. Anyways, they demand something of horses that asks them to follow a system utilizing escalating pressure, utilizing whips, and really, I spoke a couple weeks ago about how I feel about finished horses, well, that's truly what you need when you are talking about doing equine performance, when you're talking about training horses for movies and so forth. Everything single system that I've looked into, you can't escape that just the level of precision that is required of these horses is kind of non-negotiable, and that's how the systems are built up. Like in acting, I know, you have to move to your mark to say a line, right? The same thing exists in that kind of performance world with horses, is you have to get the horse to hit his or her mark, right? Now, not to say that there aren't horses and professional trainers out there that have amazing relationships with their horses, because there are. And I know some of them personally, and admire and love them very much. But there is definitely a level of escalating pressure and consistency with whips that they rely on, and they go to all the time. So you're never quite weaned of those tools in training horses. And when I put myself and my horses in that sort of program, I felt as though there was enough resentfulness feeling within the horse, and enough ick with me, inside me, utilizing those tools, that I just have decided I don't want to train performance that way. and that's okay. It is really okay. It is okay that some people have gotten to a place that they feel fine, using whips and using that system of communication, because when you're really artful at it, horses can find happiness within it. I've seen it. But there's a caveat I feel like to it, is unless you are profoundly proficient at asking the horse with a whip and escalating pressure to do a certain thing or be a certain way, it can look really ugly. It can, for the amateur, for the person who's not super skilled, it can look really ugly. It can feel really icky, and it can potentially cause irreparable damages to horses. And so I applaud those people who've gotten really artful with it, and their timing is amazing, and the horses find relaxation, and they're like, okay, I understand what is expected of me. That's great. That is wonderful for them. I could not get myself feeling good about using that. And this is actually a discovery that's only a couple years old, because I was like, well, I need to dive in deeply with these folks who are doing this really, really well, to see what the system looks like. And I got okay at it, but just never quite felt good about it, or felt like it was who I am. So here comes, we'll take a minute to look at cute mares. So here comes the inception of co-creational horsemanship. Slowing it down, changing our expectations of the horse, making sure that they are a part of the conversation, and but they still have responsibilities, and there's still rules about the relationship. But from there, that's the kind of art that I'm interested in making, and I'm super excited to walk this path to where we can, Mabel and Gistoro and Riggins and I can perform in a way that the world has never seen before, which doesn't necessarily mean doing, the exact same routine every night or high-flying tricks in spite of, what my horse is giving. Oh, another part of that is just the lifestyle in order to have, an equestrian performance program consistently running. Like I don't have the energy or the desire to trailer my horses across the country and go to performing venues and all that. I want them. I'm such a believer in the holistic horse, as we talked about last week. So, co-creational horsemanship, to me, the art is going to feel more like improv, like, ideas bouncing off of each other. Maybe there's, for example, Riggins and I are doing bridleless dressage, but we're not doing a full dressage test at the moment, and that's okay, because when he says I need to take a break after 1 minute of collection without a bridle, that's allowed. So why can't the art piece be made in the moment? Why can't the art piece be different every time? So that this is the new pursuit of equine performance that I am endeavoring on with my horses. And just to kind of wrap this up here, I brought Mabel. I'm going to stand in her shade here. She's got a lot of shade. I brought Mabel here because she's a perfect example of a horse that, if I hadn't taken this leap into trying co-creational horsemanship with her, I could very well get hurt, or someone else could very well get hurt, because she showed us very early on that she was not into the same kind of precision communication that maybe Riggins is more open to. And Gistoro is open to, but he also resents it. Riggins is much more cooperative when it comes to that. So with Mabel, it really has to be co-creational, and she takes my suggestions and ideas so much more when she trusts me, when she's relaxed, and that's what we're building on right now. So I know that all of this is kind of a nebulous concept still, and we'll talk more about this in the coming months and years, but this is a new pathway forward. Is, can we create something with our horse instead of the horse doing stuff for us? And gosh, having an agenda that serves us only. So I wanted to share the story about, how we came around to co-creational horsemanship as the thing that we wanted to really focus on in our teachings. And I will see if I can pull up some more examples in upcoming thoughts, and we'll put some more information out there for all to see. All right, thanks for staying with me in this ramble. I'm going to just give you one more look at Mabel, because she's such a sweetie petite. Well, she's not petite. She's a sexy McConkie lady. Anyways, okay, I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Namaste.